crazy from Eddie Hernandez. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to GAW Dark. I am still recovering my voice from an incredible Bash at the Beach event, so if you didn't see what went down there, make sure you go back and check it out, or head on over to our website, generaladmissionwrestling.com, so you can catch up. It was an incredible event, and it culminated with Catherine Sakamoto becoming the new Academy Women's Champion. And if you missed Stormchaser this past Monday, you would have seen the debut of the underground women's legend, Ballesca Pierce. Made her debut in GAW, beat the Academy Women's Champion in her first match. So Ballesca Pierce, just like that, is the #1 contender to the Academy Championship. What an incredible event Bash at the Beach was, and what an incredible show Stormchaser was. If you didn't see it, we also saw Omega Woods make his debut as a singles wrestler and challenge Yun-Son Park. So much to talk about heading out of Bash at the Beach. Mexican Shia, he is looking to get his career started off right post Bash at the Beach, and he will do it here on GAW Dark, where he's become a little bit of a regular. We saw him pick up a win on the final Dark before Bash, beating Ulysses Sky. So he's coming on a little bit of momentum here. Oh, well, would you look at this? Ramon Gutierrez, a man in the proud lucha tradition. This is a guy, he has been all over the world. He's been in Japan, Mexico, the US, Europe. He has been everywhere. We are so thrilled to have him here with us as our growing list of luchadors in general admission wrestling continues to get bolstered by men like this. Ramon Gutierrez is a terrific talent. His career highlight is a win over Chavo Guerrero in AAA. This is a guy I am really excited to see him here in GAW. Let's see how Mexican Shia deals with this. Who knows? Oh, beautiful takedown to start from Ramon. Who knows how long Shia had to prepare for this match. Ramon is a new signing, but obviously a lot of fanfare behind him, and the scouts were a big fan of his. Why wouldn't you be? Beautiful Death Valley driver from Ramon. Cover, Shia kicks out. And this is what we've come to expect. Post Bash at the Beach, we saw Ballesca Pierce make her debut. Now it's Ramon Gutierrez's turn. Shia to his feet. Ramon from up top with a diving brain chop, and Shia out of the way. Ramon rolls out of the way of the kick. And now Gutierrez with a swinging neck breaker. Gutierrez, as I said, part of the long and illustrious lucha tradition. He trained his entire life in Mexico. He is a luchador through and through. Mexican Shia, of course, from the same background. The two grew up pretty close to each other, but Shia obviously went more of the underground route. Ramon has spent most of his career toured in Japan, where he was a terrific wrestler over at Pro Wrestling Noah. Leg hooked here from Ramon, kick out. He actually had a few matches with Andrew Wesley when Wesley was GHC National Champion over at Pro Wrestling Noah, and Derrota from Ramon Gutierrez. Leg hooked, and the Derrota is not enough. Forgive my pronunciation, Derrota is Spanish for defeat. So Gutierrez, he thought he had something going there. Now he's got to go back to the drawing board. Mexican Shia, obviously a lot bigger than most of the men that Ramon Gutierrez is used to fighting, at least in Mexico. Shia nicely rolls through, grabs the leg, nice takedown and a corkscrew on top of that knee. Got to try to cut the athleticism of Ramon Gutierrez however you can. Obviously, we saw two of the great luchadors in GAW at Bash at the Beach when we saw Jackal and La Tortuga Roja in a steel cage. I wonder what Ramon thinks of all that. I'm sure that Ramon, like many Mexican young luchadors, grew up idolizing La Tortuga Roja. So to see him in a position like this against Jackal probably doesn't sit right with Ramon, but we will see. Back into the ring he goes. Mexican Shia will follow, and Ramon was there waiting, but Shia's too quick. So this would be a good opportunity for Mexican Shia to get back on track. We'll see what he can do. Again, he picked up that win over Ulysses Sky on our last episode of Dark now a few weeks ago. So we'll see if he can. Oh, Ramon caught him. Ramon, small package here. Ramon trying to steal it from Mexican Shia. No. That is the quickness of Ramon Gutierrez. Looking for the super kick. Shia out of the way. Shia comes back. Hurricane Rana. You can see the influence of the Mexican style on Mexican Shia, even if he is more of that underground. Shia gets up right after the takedown. Shia comes in. Another Hurricane Rana. A significant size advantage exists here as well. Shia trying to take Ramon over near the ropes, and Ramon able to break the hold as we approach 5 minutes left in this match. We'll see, and Ramon with a Dorota again. Hooks the leg. Ramon Gutierrez with the Dorota, and Ramon Gutierrez wins his debut. This is quite a week for debuts. Ballesca Pierce wins hers. Omega Woods wins his as a singles. And now Ramon Gutierrez. Wow, what a run from him. And Mexican Shia, that is no mean feat. Shia is a terrific talent. And again, coming off a win as well. So Ramon Gutierrez, 1 Dorota was not enough, but 2, that will do the job. What a terrific match fought by Ramon Gutierrez, the newest member of General Admission Wrestling, and he has put the entire company on notice after a performance like that. Just too quick, too athletic for Mexican Shia to deal with. So Ramon Gutierrez, I would watch out. This guy is coming. Well, we've seen a lot of Jessamyn Duke ever since she's been able to return to the ring after what could have been a crippling injury. So obviously we are so happy to see her back. And she has made the most of it ever since her return, fighting Dakota Kai for the Women's World Championship on Friday Night Storm a few weeks ago. And Jessamyn Duke, she has hit the ground running ever since her return, and honestly, it is great to see her back. A 2-1 record for Duke, and it is great to see that she was able to rehab and come back and is so healthy now. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, has not had the season 2 that she would have expected, not had the season 1 that she would have expected. She is 3-10 in the last 2 years in GAW, still has yet to hold gold in General Admission Wrestling. This is not what Charlotte Flair has come to expect from herself. So for Flair, just like so many, the post-Bash at the Beach era represents a new opportunity for her to potentially get back to that level she feels she could be at. And as far as her in-ring ability goes, as a wrestler, you gotta say she is one of the best in the company, so it's all mental with Charlotte Flair. Let's see if she has that mentality figured out. Jessamyn Duke is dangerous, there's no doubt about that. Her only loss in season 2 came to Women's World Champion Dakota Kai. Obviously no shame in losing that kind of match, given what Kai has been able to do since winning that belt. Charlotte Flair also has a loss to Dakota Kai. back on the first ever episode of Friday Night Storm. So these two women have a common opponent, and both of them lost. So who knows who is the better wrestler right now. Obviously, Jessamyn Duke has been so fun to watch upon her return. Not that that means much of anything to Charlotte Flair. Into the front chancery goes Flair. She's targeted that leg. We know the figure eight will probably be coming, one of the most dangerous submissions in general admission wrestling. We have a new United States champion, Bianca Belair. And Jessamyn Duke on the outside. Charlotte Flair chases her down. Throws her right back in the ring. Belair beat Tegan Nox for the belt, and it culminated a pretty lackluster championship reign for Tegan Nox. Charlotte Flair with a figure four head scissors locked in now, and that shin is locked in deep over Jessamyn Duke. Duke just trying to keep her chin down on it, and Charlotte Flair rolling her over. Look at the ab strength, the core strength of Charlotte Flair, and again she's going for it. All of that pressure on the neck of Jessamyn Duke. Flair does release. Duke was getting close to the ropes. So congratulations to Bianca Belair, the new U.S. champion. Hopefully we will see her on Friday Night Storm. Charlotte Flair with a neck breaker. I'd love to see how Tegan Nox responds to losing that U.S. championship. Duke to her feet, and now Flair into the front chancery, maybe looking guillotine. Duke out of the way. Nice snapmare to answer, and now Jessamyn Duke comes off the ropes. What a boot. Right between the eyes of Charlotte Flair. And Jessamyn Duke, I think she's just trying to recover her breath. Still reeling after that head scissors gator roll that Charlotte Flair put her through. So Duke, roundhouse kick catches Charlotte Flair right in the temple. And maybe Duke did have a plan the whole time. Leg hook, Charlotte Flair kicks out. What a vicious roundhouse from Jessamyn Duke. Caught Charlotte Flair when Flair wasn't expecting it. Now Flair comes with a jawbreaker. A little Ric Flair chop right there, and a spear from Flair. Beautifully done, and now Charlotte Flair going for the cover herself. No! Jessamyn Duke kicks out, and Flair thinks she was hosed by the ref. I don't think so. And Flair again going to apply that head scissors, and this time just an elbow right to the top of the dome. Flair's in a dangerous position. Jessamyn Duke knew it. That figure eight. Duke was not going to let that go, and now Duke, another snapmare comes off the ropes, and Duke looking for that kick. Charlotte Flair out of the way. Flair comes back with an elbow. When is that figure eight coming? That is the question. And now Charlotte Flair again into that head scissors. She has made a lot of use of that hold throughout this match. Jessamyn Duke, you gotta think, is struggling to breathe right now after multiple head scissors from Charlotte Flair. And now Duke up to her feet. Flair tries to go for the stomp. Duke out of the way. Nice kick from Jessamyn Duke. Now shoots in for the takedown, and Charlotte Flair wards her off. Beautifully done. Both women go for a kick. Duke, what a push. That's some strength from Jessamyn Duke, former mixed martial artist, and now Duke looking for another roundhouse. Charlotte Flair out of the way. Into the front chancery. Flair's got the arm. Yanks her down, goes for the boot. Duke catches it. Nice takedown, and now Duke rolls into a triangle choke. Approaching 5 minutes left. Jessamyn Duke with the triangle in, and Charlotte Flair able to post up on her legs. Break the hold, but you can still see a little bit of pain in the elbow. Charlotte Flair comes in. Another neck breaker from Charlotte. Duke up to her feet, and now Charlotte Flair's got the boot. Drops Duke down to the knees, and Charlotte Flair, natural selection. We've seen her actually go to that more maybe than the figure eight. And Charlotte Flair, maybe this did really work for her. Leg hooked, and Charlotte Flair picks up the win. That's something that Charlotte Flair has made really good use out of. Again, the figure eight has become so predictable for Flair that she almost feels like she's got to do something else. And that natural selection has worked. The roundhouse from Jessamyn Duke she thought that was it. Charlotte Flair able to hang on. And this is the ability of Charlotte Flair. This is what we know she can do, going toe-to-toe against an MMA specialist like Jessamyn Duke and holding her own. Charlotte Flair, that is a big win for her post-Bash at the Beach. Well, it's great to see Sophia Sweetness again. We saw her make her debut right before Bash at the Beach, and she took on Catherine Sakamoto, who went on to become the Women's Academy champion at Bash, and Sophia really tested the future Academy champion. So that says a lot about Sophia and her ability, what she is able to do. So let's see if she can keep that going, keep that momentum going after a tough match against the new champion. Queen Alexia is someone who has been white hot recently because of her performances on Dark. She has been absolutely incredible, and just watched her husband Igris go toe-to-toe against Midnight, the most dangerous man in the company. Igris came up just short in his quest to become Raw champion at Bash at the Beach. But Queen Alexia, she is on the come up right now. A 3-0 record. She has looked almost unstoppable. And we will see when it comes to Queen Alexia if that is going to continue after a few weeks off to support Igris in going for that Raw title. This is an interesting matchup here because Sophia Sweetness, obviously a 3-sport athlete at UC Santa Barbara, so an accomplished collegiate athlete. But Queen Alexia, ever since she came to GAW, has been known as the best female athlete in the company. Pound for pound, the strongest woman in the GAW Academy. Athleticism to rival Bianca Belair, the new US champion, and Sophia Sweetness with an unorthodox introduction to that turnbuckle pad. You know, that's like when you go for the handshake and someone tries to give you that elbow thing. That's what that was. That is unorthodox. And so we'll see what Sophia Sweetness is able to do against Queen Alexia with her athleticism, what she brings to the table. Alexia is a professional wrestler through and through, trained at the Reaper camp. She has been training in professional wrestling since she was 5 years old, and that's why now Alexia, still 19 years old, the youngest competitor in GAW. Now after Yamamoto turned 20 just a few days ago rather, Alexia remains the only teenager in general admission wrestling. Sophia hoists her up onto the shoulders, and Sophia with an Alabama slam. We'll see what Sophia can do here, working against a woman who is smaller, but of course terrific athleticism, possessed by Queen Alexia. 3-0, a notable win over Suzuki, where Alexia was giving up, I want to say, probably a foot and like 100 pounds. And now Alexia going up top. Queen Alexia has Sophia Sweetness in some real trouble. Sophia is going to feel that outside. That is very thin padding as Queen Alexia with a superplex. That is some thin padding right there. And Sophia Sweetness, you can see, just staggered. This is exactly what Queen Alexia needed to do. She needed to try to get the upper hand in a situation like this. Sophia's working against all the elements right now. Alexia is more experienced than her, certainly in GAW. Alexia may be one of the only women in general admission wrestling who's more athletic than Sophia. So everything working against Valentine right now. And now Alexia, beautiful springboard into the Hurricane Rana. That is the athleticism of Queen Alexia, and now rolls her over, grinding down on the jaw of Sophia Sweetness, and Queen Alexia, beautifully done. The springboard Hurricane Rana, and Sophia Sweetness didn't see it coming. Absolutely tremendous performance from Queen Alexia, the superplex and the springboard Hurricane Rana, and Sophia Sweetness. She just didn't have an answer for the athleticism of Queen Alexia. You can make that record 4-0. Queen Alexia continues to be one of the revelations of GAW ever since we moved to a weekly show on Stormchaser, and Queen Alexia continues to be one of the hottest women in terms of record in general admission wrestling.
First off, you don't run nothing. All talking, no team bluffing. My squad, we all dream crushing. We ain't rushing, no discussion. All I know is I was made for this.
We saw Xavier Cross make his debut on Dark right before Bash at the Beach. He came up just short in that match against Santanico, but obviously, no worries there, losing to Santanico, one of the only undefeated men left in general admission wrestling after Walter lost to Aleister Black. So Xavier Cross gave Santanico everything he could handle, and now Cross has a great opportunity here to try to pick up his first win in GAW. Lance Woods is the man drawn against Xavier Cross today. And for Cross, you gotta feel like, you're in a better position. You've been put in a better position to win at this point. Not that Lance Woods is a pushover by any means, but Woods 0-2 as a singles wrestler, whereas Santanico, Xavier Cross's last opponent, undefeated in GAW, one of the few that remain. So Cross feels like he's got a better chance, but for Lance Woods, he has got to be pissed off right now. He was, of course, the recipient of a chair shot by Dagonite as Woods Club took on the Titans on Stormchaser a couple days ago. The infamous Titans Rules match, which saw Dagonite hit Lance Woods with a chair. It was all illegal, and of course, Lance and Seth were not told that was going to be the case. Xavier Cross now firing away with the right. A devastating striker given his background as an enforcer in the sport of hockey. And stomps as well, just lighting up the chest and head, but Lance Woods able to kick out. This is all in an attempt to set up the Kronwald Hawkslayer submission. Probably my favorite move, my favorite name of any move in GAW right now. Maybe second to the EMP given to us by Lancelot in his match against Garrett Gibson. That match ended Garrett Gibson's GAW career. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was probably my pick for the best match of the entire Bash at the Beach event. We had about a dozen of them, and that one I think may have been the best. Up against the ropes goes Cross, and Lance Woods, I think, just trying to recover from what was a brutal attack by Xavier Cross. Woods now going to meet him on the other side, and Lance Woods got Xavier Cross up into the powerbomb, and Lance Woods power bombs him onto the apron. That'll take the air out of your sails real quick, but Xavier Cross just able to muster the strength to toss him back into the ring. Lance Woods, you gotta feel like, has the advantage right now. Woods got the butterfly in, and Lance Woods with a gut buster. This is going to be Lance Woods' best opportunity of the match here, as he's got the leg hooked and Cross kicks out. Lance Woods feels like he could have had that. Xavier Cross stays alive, and now Lance Woods going to show some of his strength. Beautiful street cutter from Lance Woods. Cross still trying to recover, maybe still trying to get some feeling back in his hands and legs after the power bomb on the apron. Cross, a former 5-time Second City Wrestling Tag Team Champion. So he has some experience in professional wrestling as well. His tag team partner Joshua Moore is here in GAW as well. But Xavier Cross, he's going it alone right now. Drops Lance Woods onto the top turnbuckle. Cross tries to come in with the knee. Lance Woods out of the way, and Woods, beautiful neck breaker. From Xavier Cross's perspective, he's going against a bigger man in Lance Woods, another street cutter. So what is the strategy here? Is it going to be to try to lock in the Kronwald Hawkslayer? We'll see what the strategy is from Xavier Cross, as maybe he feels like he's got an opportunity right now. Beautifully done, and there it is, Kronwald Hawkslayer. He uses the cutter to transition into it. Kronwald Hawkslayer is too much for Lance Woods. And there is perfect evidence of how dangerous Xavier Cross can be. The Kronwald Hawkslayer. Wow, I would not, I repeat, not want to be on the wrong end of that. The Kronwald Hawkslayer, and that was Lance Woods' best opportunity right there. The Gutbuster, Xavier Cross, able to kick out. And Xavier Cross, there it is, another look. The Kronwald Hawkslayer. Look at those, look at the monkey grip on the hands, locked and just absolutely brutal. Your neck, your back, it's all cranked. You're feeling pain everywhere in the body. Xavier Cross, congratulations for your first win in general admission wrestling. Folks, you tell me who wants to go up against that man knowing he's got the Hawkslayer in his arsenal. Coming up next, former Intercontinental Champion Kofi Kingston is in action. Hey, it's been a little while since we've seen Suicide. His last match came against Bandito a few weeks ago, and obviously Bandito, winner of the Rumble on the Beach, so he will be the next man to challenge Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental Championship. And Bandito joins a pretty illustrious group. Every winner of the Rumble on the Beach has gone on to become either Intercontinental or Cruiserweight champion. So things in terms of history certainly look good for Bandito. Anyway, that was Suicide's last opponent. So we'll see if he gets an easier match this time around. And it is not. Kofi Kingston, former Intercontinental Champion. This is not an easier match by any stretch of the imagination. Kingston just still trying to fight back to that position of being Intercontinental Champion once again. Kingston, unfortunately, has been battling several injuries. He's been able to fight through them on several occasions, but he has not been 100% healthy in a little while here. But this now for Kingston does represent a big opportunity for him, going up against Suicide, obviously one of the most well-known wrestlers in the world. Let's see what Kingston can do right now on Dark. And let's see what Suicide can do. Obviously, Suicide signed a 3-year deal with GAW. Actually, on this day last year, he made his debut in Rumble on the Beach last year. And unfortunately for Suicide, he has also been dealing with some injuries. So he is looking to get back on track as well. Suicide, former challenger for the Cruiserweight Championship when Buddy Murphy held that title. Nice takedown on Kingston. This is two guys who can really push the pace. Kingston, obviously one of the most beloved wrestlers in the world, as he should be. Kingston, beautiful pop-up Frankensteiner. And hopefully Kingston can get healthy and challenge once again for the Intercontinental Championship. That is something I would love to see, given the fact that, you know, Kingston obviously beloved, and he was such an entertaining champion when he held it back in season 1 and really did not get a fair shake going up against Matt Hardy, who was ultimately helped by the evil forces of Alpha. Suicide, beautiful crucifix, and hangs on. Cover, Kofi Kingston kicks out. Suicide, modified camel clutch here, but Kofi Kingston, he had his hands right on the rope and able to push off Suicide, and Suicide comes off the ropes. Kingston, beautiful tilt-a-whirl backbreaker to catch him. Suicide kicks out. Kofi Kingston, he's looking to make short work of Suicide right now. Kofi Kingston, trouble in paradise. Suicide out of the way. Beautifully done, and now Suicide, code red. Suicide to answer, leg hook from Suicide, and Suicide steals one from Kofi Kingston. Kingston went for the trouble in paradise. Suicide out of the way, and that code red. Wow. That was beautifully done from Suicide. And that was probably one of the most entertaining 2.5-minute matches you will ever see. Both these guys, such tremendous talents. But on this occasion, it was Suicide with the code red that got the job done and just stole one from Kofi Kingston, who never saw it coming. Congratulations to Suicide. Our main event coming up next, folks. You will not want to miss this one.
How did you find a way to run?
Stefford Drummond, OSHA's least favorite son, teaming, of course, with Scott Danielson, but the two of them were not able to pick up enough wins to fight for the tag team championships at Bash at the Beach. So Drummond back here in the singles arena. He is 1-3 so far in season 2. Probably most known for pushing Eddie Hernandez to the brink in the Stormchaser tournament. So he is still looking to get back to that level of performance that we saw from him. Well, let's see if he's able to do it here, main eventing GAW Dark. But honestly, and this is meant as no disrespect to Stefford Drummond, but this main event spot may be more about his opponent than it is about OSHA's least favorite son. Here he is, Stefford Drummond's opponent on the night, Derrick Cole. This is an absolute coup for us to get here in GAW. Derrick Cole, an underground legend. We talked about PPW before. Kurt Andrews was a champion there during the Stormchaser tournament. Well, Derrick Cole, the longest reigning PPW tag team champion, and also an absolutely incredible athlete in his own right. Derrick Cole made millions in professional sports, specifically in track and field, where he was a decathlete, and he competed in the Diamond League for track and field for several years. You can see Derrick Cole, the reaction to him, an incredible athlete, an incredible wrestler, and as I said, an absolute coup for GAW to land him after you know what he has shown in terms of being a professional wrestler. Folks, Derrick Cole is here. I cannot wait to see him in action. Stefford Drummond, this is a tough matchup for him. Let's talk about the athletic background of Derrick Cole for a minute, because it extends beyond his incredible career as a decathlete in the Diamond League. You know, he did that. He was incredibly successful, made his money, and he said when he was done, he said, you know what, I'm not done with professional sports. So all he does, you can say that Derrick Cole, he's built like a linebacker, and he's showing the strength of a linebacker right now with a deadlift powerbomb, and that's exactly what he did. Went to the Arena Football League, then the Canadian Football League, played a few years in football, and then when he was done with that, he said, you know what, I'm still not done. He headed over to Europe, played professional basketball for a couple years for EA7 Emporio Milano, one of the top teams in Italy. He was their starting shooting guard, and he played a year in the EuroLeague, which is Europe's top international club competition. So when you talk about Derrick Cole, you are talking about one of the best professional athletes, one of the best athletes, period, we have ever seen. Stefford Drummond with a cover, kick out. You're talking about athleticism that would rival Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, Brock Lesnar, Jim Thorpe. That's what Derrick Cole brings to the table, and I've talked to trainers, coaches that have worked with Derrick Cole ever since he came over to GAW, and they've all said, and the thing about this guy that's so amazing is just there is no weakness in his game. They've said whether it's quickness, strength, speed, vertical leap, agility, whatever the case is, Derrick Cole is the best athlete we've ever seen. He can't be measured by the kind of techniques we have now. Cole with a cutter. And that's exactly what we're talking about. Blinding quickness from Derrick Cole. Referee a little slow to get over and make the cover. 2 minutes in, Derrick Cole with the leg hooked. Stefford Drummond kicks out. So his athleticism obviously stands out so much. But Cole also has a little bit as a professional wrestler. Cole looking for the Statue of Liberty. Stefford Drummond ducks underneath it, but Cole comes right back. Just effortless strength from Derrick Cole up into the powerbomb, and Cole runs forward. Buckle bomb from Cole. He spent most of his pro wrestling career as a tag team wrestler. Multiple-time tag team champion in multiple promotions with multiple partners. So that is his specialty. So now here in GAW, you know, he's coming here and he not only is not used to performing in the singles arena, but he's got to adjust himself to the general admission wrestling style as well, not something he'd be used to. Obviously, he's doing a good job of it so far. Statue of Liberty, and again, Stefford Drummond ducks underneath. Stefford Drummond does not strike me as someone who really, you know, takes a lot of time to do his homework, study film when it comes to his upcoming opponents, but clearly he's done his homework on the Statue of Liberty. Cole trying to fire back. Cole was a three-sport athlete in college. Get this, at the University of Florida. I mean, when was the last time anyone did that? Derrick Cole now in the ropes is Stefford Drummond, and Cole plants a boot right into his jaw. When was the last time anyone was a three-sport athlete at the University of Florida, a school that excels in football, basketball, and track and field? Florida has had national champions in all three sports in the last 20 years, and Derrick Cole was a three-sport athlete there. This guy's athleticism is almost unheard of. Derrick Cole just waving Stefford Drummond into the ring. Cole's gonna wait to do this on his own terms, and he's waiting there for Drummond to get back. Cole just daring Drummond to make a move, and Drummond does. Snap suplex. I wonder if that was a miscalculation from Cole or if it was all part of the plan. Again, he's not especially experienced when it comes to singles wrestling. Stefford Drummond now backslide. Drummond trying to steal it from Derrick Cole, and he kicks out. Both men on the knee, and Cole, you can see, not too happy with it, and answers with a cutter. Derrick Cole comes right back, leg hooked, and now Stefford Drummond kicks out. Almost halfway through the match, and you can see that Cole's still trying to get used to this style. Cole for the third time, Statue of Liberty, and again Stefford Drummond out of the way. Cole's maybe got to look for another play in the playbook. Stefford Drummond knows this one's coming. That swagger of Derrick Cole, it's something that everyone talks about with him. Everyone I've spoken to, whether it's coaches or trainers, fellow wrestlers, they all say he has so much swagger, he has so much confidence, but they don't mean it in a bad way. It's mostly, just in terms of saying that's just part of his personality. Cole again going for that cutter. This time Stefford Drummond was waiting for that as well. Cole wards him off. Drummond catches that strike, answers with a forearm. Stefford Drummond hoists him up into the air. Drummond, he's looking for this stalling vertical suplex. Stefford Drummond, life's not fair. He made me wait for that one. He made me wait for that one, the cheeky bastard. Drummond looking to end this match right now. Drummond up into that suplex position once again. Stefford Drummond, get a job. Derrick Cole's had several. Stefford Drummond maybe not so. But Stefford Drummond may have the win when Derrick Cole cannot, and Derrick Cole kicks out. What a match this has been in our main event today. Stefford Drummond going right back to the well. Drummond just trying to exhaust Cole, and Drummond again hoists him up. Drummond for the second consecutive time, get a job. Was that one too much for the stellar athlete in his debut? No! Derrick Cole kicks out again. Stefford Drummond, he might be going for a third. Drummond, he has. Drummond hoists him up, looking for a third one, and Derrick Cole stops it. Cole answers, cutter. What a sequence. Derrick Cole comes right back. Cole with the leg hooked, and Derrick Cole is walking out of here with a win. That cutter that he calls the All-American. Garrett Gibson, former GAW Academy champion, of course, had the All-American clothesline. Derrick Cole's just got the All-American. He was an All-American in track and field. Derrick Cole, beautifully done. Stefford Drummond got out of the Statue of Liberty several times, but Derrick Cole with the All-American finally is walking out of here, and what an incredible match to close us out in Atlanta. Folks, thank you so much for joining us on GAW Dark. Make sure you subscribe. We got a huge show coming up on Friday Night Storm in just a couple days. Head on over to our website, generaladmissionwrestling.com, so you can read full recaps of every show as they happen. Check out our Spotify, check out our Discord. You can find it all. We appreciate you.